Do you ever feel like there's a world inside your head that no one else can access? A world that's vibrant, imaginative, and full of ideas. Sigma men share this experience, except their inner world is so compelling that it takes priority over the external world. On the surface, they may appear calm, but their insides are a pack of creativity and contemplation. This reality makes them seem weird or outcast to others who don't understand their internal world. However, these quirks make Sigma men stand out from the crowd and give them a unique perspective. If you want to get to know them better, here are 8 traits that contribute to their weird aura. 1. They rarely smile. Sigma men are very inward-looking, so they don't feel the need to put on a fake smile for the outside world. Many Sigmas don't smile very often, but that doesn't mean they are sad or not having fun. A Sigma man doesn't have to be grinning to show that they're having fun. Some people smile to hide how they really feel, but Sigma men are less likely to smile because they don't have anything to hide. People seem friendlier and easier to get along with when they smile, but Sigmas usually don't care about that. They would rather be true to themselves, even if that makes them seem a bit serious. 2. They don't always like compliments. Even though compliments are meant to make people happy, many Sigma males don't like it when people tell them they're smart or good at something. This is because they usually know their own strengths and weaknesses very well and don't need others to tell them what they already know. It's fine to praise a Sigma man every now and then, but don't do it too much. If you say nice things about him all the time, he might not believe you. Sigmas, on the other hand, would rather have someone point out their flaws so they can work on them. This is because they are always trying to get better at what they do. 3. They are very logical, but also very mysterious. Some of the smartest people you'll ever meet are Sigma males. They always think things through and make decisions that make sense. On the other hand, they can be very mysterious. Many Sigmas don't talk much about how they really feel or what they're thinking. This can make them look like they are from a different planet. They are very good at figuring out what people are thinking, but they don't always say what they're thinking. As Sigma men get older, they may develop strong moral principles or individualistic beliefs that affect how they act. Even though they might not be the most emotional people, they have strong values and feelings. They just don't feel like telling everyone they meet about them, like some people do. They might not show how they feel on the outside, but they usually feel a lot more on the inside than they let on. Sigma males can seem very different because they are very logical and logical. People don't understand why they act irrationally or make decisions based on how they feel. This can make them seem cold or emotionless to other people. But Sigma men are usually very caring and helpful, even if it doesn't show on the outside. 4. They think in pictures and symbols. They may see patterns or symbols everywhere and often think in pictures instead of words. Since most people think in words, this can make them seem strange. Sigma males are often very intuitive and can see things that other people miss. This is one reason why they might use a lot of metaphors and similes instead of simple words. They combine logical, fact-based thinking with vivid imagery in their speech and writing to make a strong impression. When Sigmas talk, they often sound like they know what they are talking about. This is because they have already planned what they will say and know exactly what they want to say. Most of the time, Sigma males are very clear and direct when they talk, but sometimes their metaphors and similes can be hard to understand. If they want people to understand them, they might need to speak more slowly and explain what they mean. People often ask Sigmas to translate their thoughts into words, but they may not always be able to. 5. They have an open mind even though they seem cold. The Sigma personality type is focused on themselves, and many of their traits can't be seen by others. You can't see how they process information or how deeply they think about it. People often think of them as cold because they don't say what's on their minds. This makes many people think of them as unfriendly. Even if they don't act like it, Sigma men are often very open-minded and tolerant of others. Most of the time, they'd rather listen than talk, and they're always willing to hear people out. They think carefully about different things and situations, and they are open to how everything can be interpreted. But this is because they never bring any of it out into the open. It's a little confusing and can make Sigma males look very strange to other people. It's like the private thinker and the patient listener are two different people. But Sigma males are usually more complicated than that. They are both of those things and more. 6. They love to talk about big ideas but hate small talk. Sigma men are known for being terrible at small talk. They hate it and they're not very good at it. This is because they like to think about things deeply and aren't interested in the shallow things that most people talk about when they're just hanging out. Sigma men would much rather have a deep conversation about something they care about. Small talk is often a waste of time for Sigma males, and they don't understand why people do it. They'd much rather skip the small talk and get to the important stuff. This can make them seem impatient or rude, but they usually don't mean to. They just want to get to the part of the conversation that is interesting. If you want to talk to a Sigma man about something, it's best to be ready with something you both care about. If you don't, the Sigma may use their line of questioning to question you. 7. They like to be alone, but they also want to work with smart, powerful people. They are known to enjoy being alone. Most of the time, they like to be alone so they can think without being disturbed. This can make Sigma males seem cold or distant to other people, but it's usually just because they need time alone. Sigmas may like to be alone, but they also want to be challenged intellectually. They want to find people who can push them intellectually and help them grow. Because of this, they often join mastermind groups or look for other ways to work together. They need to feel like they are always growing and learning, and being with other people helps them do that. While most people like to talk about other people, Sigma men prefer to talk about ideas. This is what makes Sigmas different from other types. They would much rather talk to someone about their plans or goals than about the latest scandal involving a celebrity. 8. They're great at leading, but they're terrible at following rules that don't matter. Sigma men are known for their ability to lead. They are usually in charge and do a good job of it. This is because they are always looking for ways to get better and are strategic thinkers. They are also very sure of what they want to do, which makes them good leaders. Sigma men can be very rebellious, though. They don't like to follow rules they think are useless, and they are always looking for ways to break or bend the rules. This can make them seem like troublemakers, but they usually just want to find a better way to do things. Sigmas always question the way things are and look for ways to make them better. This makes them good leaders, but it can also be hard to work with them. People like this usually end up starting their own businesses or organizations. They don't want to just follow other people's rules. Instead, they want to make their own.